Good morning. It's Tuesday. You know what that means.
Big ride day. Oh yeah.
Long Ride Tuesday. Got my boy Steve out here. Let's go. Beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
So yes, good morning. It's Tuesday. That's Long Ride Day. Me and Steve are out on gravel bikes, but there's no gravel in sight. That's right. We're out on the gravel bikes with our road tires. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about having a one-trick pony of a bike. But first, I gotta get up this hill. Oh, I always gotta talk when I'm climbing. Such a bad idea. Okay, more on this later. Okay, luckily for little bladders, I can stop and talk for a second. It's Tuesday, long ride day, like I said, out on the gravel bikes. Don't mind him pissing back there. Our one-trick pony gravel bikes, gravel road. We got the road tires on, currently on Jacks Valley. We're gonna go out to California today. We're gonna take Jacks Valley down into Genoa and Mottsville, like I showed you guys in the last video, but then we're gonna go even further. There's a really nice loop around on the outside down there in California. So that's what we're getting into. I'm just trying to survive, per usual. Beautiful morning. Started out on the cool side, low 50s. And today, so far, I'm running those 2.2s again. We're trying out 30 PSI. Let's go! On a good start today. One camera down. Woohoo!
Part of the reason we love riding some of these roads down here south of Genoa is, well, it's gorgeous. I mean, take a look. Never mind, I'm in the middle of the road filming this video. Content nests.
We do it for the content, bro. Come on now. We are 23 miles in. We did not start from Reno today. We started from Carson. So we gotta go further to get the long ride, or at least it feels that way. Yes, 23 miles in, almost 1,000 feet climbed, averaging 17.2. Not bad for a couple gravel bikes, huh? It's just so pretty.
Welcome to California.
Now you're broke. We made it to California.
Where's my bike go? Hey.
Sorry. Hold please. 30 miles in and we crossed the line. Yeah. Talk about a beautiful stretch of road. Big old mountains. Not a lot of cars. Views! We love the views.
For some reason, we crossed the line and just the air, it's more taxing.
It feels like it. I feel like they took it all. They always take it all. So yeah, gravel bikes. Why gravel bikes with road tires? That's silly. Why not just get a road bike? Well, I have a road bike. Okay, so for me, the real reason I'm out here running my gravel bike also as a road bike, as many of you know, is so that way when I drop the next review on the La Segla, I can give you guys my input for a bike that possibly can do it all. Because you guys asked a lot if you could ride this on the road. Now, that's one reason for me. Another reason for me, it's just simple. You throw on a pair of tires, good to go. Like, you know how it feels, you know what it's gonna do. Like, yeah. And lastly for me, comfort. Don't get me wrong, it's fun having a super stiff, fast road bike, but that's cool for about an hour. And then after an hour, you're like, okay, I've had enough of cracks just beating the crap out of me. So, I don't know, for somebody who does longer rides, I prefer taking the comfort. Okay, Steve, why would you choose to run road tires on your gravel bike?
I'm doing the one bike quiver as a test to see if it's possible. And I'm gonna agree, the comfort, if you're gonna be on a road bike and you like doing long rides and you're looking at a more of an endurance road bike anyway, a little more upright, that's exactly what a gravel bike is. You get a little more upright geometry, a little more comfort for the longer rides, and tire clearance. You get tire clearance, so you don't have to run 23s or 25s. I'm on 32s right now, and these are skinny.
Compared to my 2.2s. Hey, big boy.
Yeah, you got the Gordos over there, but you know. But I'm really digging it, and we'll talk a little more today about the gearing differences between some of the gravel bikes and road bikes. And you'd be surprised what you can do with gravel bike gearing. Stay tuned.
Why do we always have to talk when climbing? Do I not learn? Okay. Oh, hey, views. Back to the music and the fun. Climb, just climb. Okay, Painesville loop, so good. Not a very long like loop around, but like how much the terrain and like the surrounding nature changes is wild. Like you drop into like the desert and then like you climb into like some trees, like straight forest. Super pretty, not a lot of cars. I think we only saw 2 and 1 bike, so you know I love that. 40 miles in, 2,200 feet climbed. You know what time it is. It's time for that
titty sandwich.
I see your titty sandwich, but where is it?
Hopefully we got it.
Got deep pockets over here. I know I put it in here. Oh wait, oh wait.
Wait for it.
I see your sandwich. It's waffle time.
Yeah.
I'm upgrading to waffles now. No more titty sandwiches. Good old sugary waffles. Carbs! Okay, yeah. Gravel bikes. Oh, I'm so excited about this waffle. I'm sorry. Hold please. I mean, just look at it. I'm going to have a whole segment on my waffle. So yes, gravel bikes with road tires. Let's talk about gearing for a second. Gearing seems to be the #1 question I get. A, about this bike, and B, if I was to ride it on the road, how the gearing does on the road. Currently, I'm running the SRAM Force now, Explorer Access group set. That's a mouthful. With a 40 tooth chainring up front and a 44 in the rear. For road riding, it is almost perfect. The nice thing about the Explorer is it's closer to a road bike because you have the smaller jumps in gearing. So with that said, it works really well. The only issue I ever find on the road is you are going to spin out with that 40 up front. So anytime I'm in that like 27 to 32 mile an hour range, my cadence goes way through the roof. We're talking 110 plus because you just start to spin out. That's the only downside I have with gearing that I'm running for this setup on the road. Otherwise, it's absolutely perfect. No issues. It works fine. I mean, I got big boy 2.2s and it's getting it done. With that said, those 2.2s do make this gearing a little bit harder to climb, which in return means I'm going to get a little bit stronger. But if you're running a normal 30 tire or a little bit bigger, you're not going to be able to tell. You'll be able to climb anything, no problem. Let's find out what Steve's setup is, because it's slightly different than mine. Okay, Steve, talk me through your gearing, how it works out on the road.
Yep.
Any plus minuses you feel like?
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, definitely running much more mountain bike gearing. I'm gonna put my air quotes up. So we got the SRAM Force set up as well. Mine is the GX Axis Eagle on the rear. So I got a 42 chainring up front, up to a 52 cassette in the rear. So the disadvantage is only going to be that there's pretty big gaps in between each gearing. So trying to find that perfect cadence is sometimes right in between 2 gears. However, I can probably get up to about 30, 32 miles an hour at about 100 RPM cadence. And then anything after that, I'm going to be spinning up pretty quick, just like Nick does. The advantage that I have is that gigantic, monstrous 52 in the rear, which I do everything I can not to use it, but that's just like a me trying to be macho kind of thing. But it's definitely there if you need to spin your legs out mid-climb and work some lactate out. So I think it works great for a road setup. Anytime you're going above that 30, 32 miles an hour, you're probably downhill and you're probably in a tuck anyway. So don't need it.
Let me ask you this, because I know everybody's going to ask, and this always is up for debate, and there's always talk about how big the jumps are on the mountain bike cassette. Do you find a lot of people say the jumps are too big and it's really annoying, like trying to do any riding? Do you feel there's any kind of annoyance? I mean, you've done some big rides, you've done some big climbing days on this setup. Do you feel those jumps really matter that much or drive you crazy that much? Because that is definitely going to come up.
Yeah. So the jumps, do they matter that much? The answer is no. If you are dedicated to one singular RPM that you want to pedal at, it will probably annoy you. But the jumps, you just start changing your cadence around a little bit, which I like the variety. It keeps the ride moving.
I'm going to touch one more thing on that. And also, I think another thing, if you're really worried about the jumps, one thing that could help out if you decide to go that route, because eventually I plan on going this route. I eventually will go to a SRAM Eagle just because I want that bigger gear range, because I do a lot of big gnarly stuff out off-road. It'd just be nice to have a little extra spinning if I was on-road, especially if I had a full bike packing setup. But I think one other thing that could make a difference with a setup like that is having an oval chainring up front. I think it could smooth out that cadence just a little bit. So, but you heard it from him. I mean, this dude rides the road all the time, and he's running a mountain bike setup. A little bit different than mine, got the bigger jumps, but seems to be no problem. So, yeah, of course, you can't run gravel bikes on the road. It's not a thing. Don't do it. Yeah, sure. Back to it. Oh yeah, you know, cold fountains. The good ones. Snack time. Somewhere. You know. 60 miles in, 2,700 feet of climbing. Made it back to Genoa. Topped off the bottles. I think we're averaging just under 18 right now, like 17 and a half or something like that. So yeah, pretty good average pace for an easy long ride on a Tuesday. That's an old sandwich. That's fun. It's all like open and like hard. I don't want that one. What? Oh, cute waffle. Your waffle's flat. All right, as we're having a little snack time, let's talk gravel bikes on the road again. Handling definitely is something we should talk about. So my take on handling with the gravel bike, there's a couple key things I notice. One is the extra flex when climbing. It is not something that's gonna really make too much of a difference, but it's something that's noticeable in my opinion, compared to a fully rigid, hard riding road bike where everything is extremely stiff and you can really put the power down. It does not flex. Gravel bike definitely has a little bit more compliance, and you feel it, that compliance and that flex a little more when climbing. Not a deal breaker for me, but definitely something I notice. Other thing, which is kind of funny though, is on handling terms, this bike here actually descends faster than my full road bike, which is an aero bike. Descends faster. However, on that same note, the handling on descending and just handling in general is a little bit sleepy compared to a full-blown road bike. Full-blown road bike is definitely a lot more snappy, a lot more nimble. It's not that this is not snappy or nimble, it's just it's not exactly the same. It's a little bit more relaxed. You can still corner in it good, you can still throw it around good, but it's just not going to have that same kind of punch and snap that a road bike does. Other than that, unless you put 2.2s on there, they handle pretty damn good. Put 2.2s on there, that changes things a little bit, makes turning a little bit harder. But hey, I can run stuff over, so it's okay. What is your thoughts on handling? How do you notice anything different?
I'm going to agree with you that there is some flex in the gravel bikes that you want in the gravel bikes for sure. And is it noticeable? Slightly. It's like, think about having a tall glass of water in your kitchen, or put like, you know, a pinky height worth of like grape juice in the bottom and then fill it with water. Like, you're going to notice the difference between the two, but by the time you got the glass full, it's not this gigantic difference at the end. So is there a little bit more flex? Yeah. Does that flex also equate to a little bit more comfort on the road over the cracks, bumps, and long distance? Also, yeah. So you kind of take your trade-off. Me, I'm happy with it.
Also worth noting, we are running, obviously both running road tires, but completely different setup. He's got super aero wheels. What size tires?
32s.
Running 32s. I have just an aluminum whatever rim and 2.2s. Gonna handle completely different. He's got way more of a road setup, and I've got like a gravel version of a road setup, let's just say. So that is definitely gonna play a part as well in the difference of how it handles and how it feels, how you set up your road version.
Agreed, tires are going to be a huge factor in the end game, but the frame geometry and the frame flex is going to have those. Again, we're talking 5 to 10% difference. It's not this day and night difference. So with a little bit of flex, you lose a little bit of power transfer on the climb, on the flat sprint, but you gain a little bit of comfort on an endurance ride, especially once you go back to gravel tires off-road. So, you know, you got to pick your poison. And then, yeah, descending, it's still going to carve the corners, and I can still fly down hills on that bike with the gravel bike with the road setup. However, I just got to lean a little harder, push the bar just a little bit more to make it do what I want versus the full road bike. But again, not a huge difference.
Have we sold you to go put some road wheels on your gravel bike yet? I mean, come on, you're slacking. Let's go. More gravel bikes on the road. Sure, you might look a little funny with 30s on your gravel bike at the local group ride, but as long as you smash the crap out of it, they'll be like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Come on, go ahead, convert your gravel bike. Let's go. Okay, that sucked. I did not film the giant climb to get back because that's just too much suffering for one person. Solid ride. Strava stats somewhere up here. Final thoughts on running a gravel bike with road tires. Great until you have a 10% grade with 2.2s. Any final thoughts for you?
Do it. That's it. You got permission. Go. Do it. Slap on some roadies, send it.
I like that. Yeah, go do it. I mean, let's be honest. Unless you're expecting a pure race bike out of your gravel bike for the road, it won't make sense. But otherwise, I don't know. Me personally, I'm at a point where I like to ride far, not fast. So to ride far, I'd rather be comfortable. And I am super comfortable on the gravel bike. That works with the road tires. So that's kind of where I'm at. If you debating and no one can get one bike and you're kind of used to an endurance road bike, no brainer. One bike, do it all. Okay, calories, major calories.
Cheeseburger.
Yes, please. 20. I got nothing else. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all next time.